Yes, sir. So everybody that's here in person is in for a treat. With 4 girlfriends and making 6 figures, doing everything that he wants to in life, living like a bachelor still, in touch with aliens and animal beasts from other countries and nations and worlds and universes. Here's the demon of seduction, the demon king of mind control. It manifests AZD.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up. I just fucked a bunch of bitches before I showed up, made a lot of fucking money, and did all the shit everybody wants to do. I'll be really quick, okay? This divine reflection starts tomorrow. It's a really, really big deal. I see the effects everywhere I go, and we're not in the same place. So Dragons, it's not the same teachings anymore, okay? And I heard 3 people talk tonight, or 2.5. And it's just like when I first started this, it's the same mistake for everybody, okay? So I'll do one correction for everyone right now on your game, not on your beingness, not on your life, on girls, okay? This is the correction you need to do to fix your game on girls. No, I didn't hear you talk. The half was like through the Q&A. It's like you still, well, we're going to be getting into this, so I'll just give you like the big general so it's so clear to my ears, and I wonder if it's clear to everyone's ears, and I think it is. It's like the same thing where you first start going out with guys, and if you go with more advanced guys, they can hear the tension in other people's voice when they're talking to girls. I think for sure. I know for sure, Sultan, Fernando, and Yogi Chris, if they're out with you and you're ordering food, or especially in a strip club, they're going to be able to pick up tension when it's there, okay? It gets amplified. And that's now in every interaction, actually, you know? It's in asking a question, it's in lecturing, it's in the intro, it's in how to receive the intro, it's in returning the intro, it's in asking someone to do something, it's in there's just so much that people are going through to communicate. People's communication is going through a bunch of rough edges before it reaches out of their mouth, and by the time it comes out of their mouth, it's hitting, and it takes effort to listen to it. That's the problem. I have to, and I know everybody can hear it, but everybody's doing it, so it's hard to hear it when everybody's doing it until somebody shows up differently. So I'm looking for the words here, and they're gonna come, okay? Well, I have the words. I just don't want to give that correction yet because it will be too premature to correct that. I'm just telling you so you start becoming aware of what you're hearing, okay? It's like, as long as you don't realize your own true value, you're always going to sound like that, okay? There's such a scarcity of recognition of one's own position in people's conversation that I hear it in the yoga teacher in class, I hear it in the locker room in the yoga class, I hear it in the guy who gave me a towel, in the locker room when the guy says, are you going to use that shower? Or, oh, excuse me, I'm going to the locker. Like, it's in almost every sentence. Very few times it's not there. Like if someone's laughing, it's not there most of the time. If it's like a real laugh, you know, it's missing that quality. If I was going to put words on that quality, it would sound like this. It would sound like one of these. It'll be one of these. One will be, do you like me? Underneath it. Do you like me? Do you approve of me? Are you okay with me? Am I good enough? It's underneath it. Or, ready? You should like me. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm telling you, you should like me. You should like me. It's the same thing. One is a forced, one is a question. But they both have this idea of your approval is highly valued here. It is highly valued, actually, for me. Your approval is highly valued. Okay? And that's where language fails. So what is the difference in me valuing someone's opinion and somebody else valuing in somebody else's opinion? Well, I would say if their opinion ends up being something that is, no, that's not the answer. What is the goddamn difference? What's this quality? The answer is in the person's conversation, all the instruments are pointing outwards towards accumulating something, and it's obvious. Okay, I don't know. I mean, some of you guys are nodding. I thought I said that totally completely like kind of cryptic actually, but if you got it, you got it. It's not like you can't be super successful. It's not like you can't do great. It's that I know you're not doing great. That's the difference. It's not like you can't be successful and kill it and show up and people shake your hand and wow, here he is. It's that I can hear you're not okay. That's what it is. That's it. That's what it is. I got that from Michael Singer. When I said that, Michael Singer came up in my mind. It sounds like the person talking is not okay. And so I fail to recognize why I should sit down and listen to someone who's not okay. Unless we're doing an AA meeting, then I can understand why. And I think that's exactly what's happening in the world. Everyone's doing an AA meeting. Hi, I'm Arash. Nice to meet you, Arash. Let me tell you about my problem. Wow. Okay, your turn to share. Okay. And that's obvious in the sound. Now, listen, that's why I'm being so cautious in the way I'm talking, because I don't want to make anybody wrong. Okay, good. I'm not trying to make you wrong. I'm bringing attention to something that I know is not you. I come from the belief, Jay Gurudev, I come from the belief that you have awakened nature, Buddha nature. I come from that belief. I stick to that belief. I treat that. I know that belief. It's real to me. So I know you're not that. Okay. But I know that that's what it sounds like. I spent many hours today with Electron trying to make her okay today. Not because she had a problem with me, but because she couldn't handle life again on some level. Now she's handling it. But you know what? When you're around me and you're her, or maybe anybody else who's going to hang out with me for a little bit of time, very quickly, I'm going to say, are you okay? Why? Because you can't lie, dude. It's like, it's obvious when someone's okay. And so in the conversation, it's not okay. In the conversation, a person is trying to prove themselves, but you're not really communicating. You guys are not, no. I'm not correcting you. When I say you guys, I'm talking planet now. Forget whoever spoke. If it's true for you, what I'm saying, it's true. If it's not true, trash it, okay? But let me rephrase it like this. People are not communicating anything authentic. They're communicating some kind of a self-promotion that's designed to make someone think something of them. Why? Who cares? Well, I care too, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say I don't care what people think of me. It's not true. I do care. But I'm going to present you with something authentic. And not some sort of a bribe or some sort of a PR campaign, you know, like I'm not politicizing myself here. You can. That's what I'm saying. You can, and you will be successful, and people will clap for you and say, oh, here he comes. Here comes the governor, right? But then the master shows up, and that's a Diogenes, and that's these guys that I follow. That's a Lao Tzu. That's a Buddha, right? That's a Maharishi who's just like, he says, I'm not playing that game. Thank you. I'm not playing that game. You can have that game. You can have that game. It's okay. I don't even want the game, right? And so how does one get here? Study Buddhism. Okay, study Buddhism, any aspect of it. Study Michael Singer, Eckhart Tolle, Thich Nhat Hanh, and any other teacher of that level, Maharishi. They're all pointing to the same thing. And like Bruce Lee said, it's like the old saying, don't concentrate on the finger. You're going to miss all that, everything. Ask yourself, what are they pointing to? They're pointing to an emptiness of self. They're pointing to a falseness of self that seems to be running the show, whether it's Michael Singer's Untethered Soul, where there's a voice in the head, or Eckhart Tolle's narration of your storyline, or Thich Nhat Hanh of living in the future and past and not the present, or the Buddha's knowing that all form is emptiness, emptiness is form, that basic teaching, but they're all pointing to the same thing, right? So we can't get lost in that. You have to ask yourself, when you're, because we're communication is the ingredient that's so like amplified here in me, you know, that's the thing. I read the Buddhist text, I talk about the Buddhist text, and people get the Buddhist text better than when they read it or when the Buddhist teacher said it. That's the gift here somehow. So on that is what I'm actually correcting you on, because as you guys are talking, we're getting it, but I'm listening and I'm going, man, this is, I'm thinking there's a lot of good stuff here, but it's being masked by some energy here, right? And that energy is the tension that we've been talking about. There's a tension there. And that tension, when I look a little deeper, says something like, I'm not so certain of this right now, of myself, okay, here's another one. Ready? And again, it's not the words, because I can still say those words and they'd be true. But let me say it as it is and see what happens, okay? Inside the voice says, I'm not where I need to be yet to be talking to you, but I will be. That I can hear that in the conversation. So I can hear that if a guy's talking to a girl, he's going to be subtly saying, not yet, but I'll be there, but give me a chance. That's like if we walked up and said, okay, we're going to do a seminar here. The 3 speakers, they're future millionaires, but right now they have no money, but trust me. Right. And they come up with confidence, but they're just like, and that's a lie. And that's a trick. And that's because we can go back to Stoicism. You have been taught and brainwashed, just like myself and others, to measure incorrectly what you think is value. It's not value. Again and again and again and again today, all day, I kept repeating to Electra these words that she has to understand. Okay. Compassion, kindness, and understanding, Electra. You work with these things and you're going to have a life that you can't even imagine. No one can hurt you when you have this. I mean it. What would I lie to her for? Compassion, kindness, and understanding. And any version of that. It doesn't have to be exactly that. That's the feelings you should be working with. I could say trust, love, and friendship. That would still work. It's you need to measure those qualities in you and others, and then build using that. For example, ready? For example, you'll see our business level one day, because it's like everything else I do. It's being created, and then suddenly the dots connect, and it's enormous what we can do. You'll see what we can do in business one day. You'll see. We're there already, because I beat all pickup artists, every one of them. Tate doesn't count. He's not that. He's a fucking, whatever the fuck his business is. He didn't make money talking and teaching this way. That's not where he got his funding from. I've made every penny talking. That's it. Nothing else, not even martial arts anymore. So what I'm telling you is, what the fuck was I telling you?
We're winning.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, the business. Oh, here's what I was going to say. Here's what I promise you this. I promise you this. Let's say you have a business. Let's just take royalty management right now, right? The business. And you tell yourself, I'm going to build this off of friendship, love, and kindness, or compassion, understanding, and joy. Or pick your fucking 3 words that you love life to feel. What do you want your children to feel? What do you want your mother to have? Your father, your loved ones? What qualities do you want them swimming in? That is the quality of your business. I will beat every business that thinks it can beat me with whatever values they have. They can be go-getters, sharks, they can be wolves, they can be whatever the fuck. I'll beat them in business using the Buddhist principles of business or life, really, right? Understanding. make your pickup based on what I said and watch what happens. Make your friendships, your relationships with children and your dogs. Just make your relationship with the world. Say, I'm here to understand more, to spread my kindness or admiration, or what are you good at? What's something you're good at that got smushed down because you thought it wasn't alpha, or you thought that people are going to take advantage of you, or like you sound too weak doing that. Okay, but a good quality, a light quality, that one. Build your life using that. Okay, because you should have, and if you don't, because you didn't do the unbreakable, you didn't do it doesn't matter. Those philosophies are still with us. The moment something happens, you'll hear it from us. I've built my life structured like that. I don't fuck up anymore on these things. So for example, kindness comes out of your voice when you talk about each other. That's for everybody. Mixed in with the quality of force that's not necessary. Think back in your minds as people introduce each other and admire each other. You can see and hear the kindness, but then there's this other thing they're adding, like they need to be cool when they say it, or I don't know what the fuck it is, but what is that other thing? Right? You guys, you're nodding or smiling, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you feel that. Okay, so we are measuring it, right? Exactly. It's taking away from you being powerful in that moment. That's how you have to begin to see this thing. What you think is powerful is not. Lao Tzu said it best: real power doesn't look powerful, real respect doesn't look respectful. And I never understood that. You know, if I have to be really careful around Gio because I don't want to offend him, and I show him a lot of respect, like so much where, no, Gio, you know, and then he leaves and I'm like, oh, I could be myself finally. Then I don't really respect him, actually. That's not real respect. Real respect is watch how I am around people that I'm comfortable with. I don't disrespect them. That's real respect. It doesn't look respectful. It looks casual. Right? And formality is reserved for distance. Formality is for the outsiders. We're two nations, we meet, we have to follow formal rules so we don't offend each other. We're two best friends meeting, you throw all formalities out the door. You could meet a best friend and go, what's up, piece of shit? And you can't say that if you don't know the person. I mean, you don't have to say, but I'm just saying you could say anything. Because why? Because it's built on these things: trust, friendship, loyalty. You know each other. And so my life feels good because those are the qualities I'm building with and practicing. So now it's become where even when I correct Electra, even if I correct her lightly, I start to feel like I told her, I said, I'm poisoning myself right now. I felt the poison enter my system the more I corrected her, and I got a little upset with her. It was very light. It was just like this, like, you know what, blah, blah, blah. Like that, just that frustration. And then I felt the toxicity enter my world because it's so clean and feels so good. And I was like, okay, see, I don't want any of that. Okay, so what can you do? Well, I have some words that will actually help you from tonight till tomorrow. Ready? When you sleep tonight, relax. You don't have to try to sleep tonight. I don't know if that ever you try to do that. You go to bed, and then you close your eyes and you relax. And then if you can't sleep, it's not a problem. Sleep is something that happens naturally. When it's time to eat tomorrow, you should follow my diet. You'd be surprised. Okay? It's been pretty trippy, actually. When it's time to eat, you will eat. And what will you eat? You'll know. You will know when it's time to eat. Eat that. Then when do you eat again? These are things you don't think about. You don't need your attention on let nature do its thing. All you got to do, my process to you right now of where I'm at, all you got to do, bro, ready, is when it shows up in your system, one way too much desire or one way too much resistance, right there, practice either letting go or admiring it or respecting it or acknowledging it. I have a bunch of techniques now. That's all I do all day. Okay? Because the rest, you don't have to do anything about it. It's happening already. You get it? Just check your internal state And pay attention how many times today you've tried to say something. Like when I hear people talk, they're trying to talk. I'm sitting around yoga and I'm listening to people. I'm like, why is everybody struggling? I ask them a question and it sounds like I just shoved a fucking pick in their asshole. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Just answer the question. You know, everyone's so worried about everyone's judgment. Well, I got an idea. Maybe it's your judgment, bro. Maybe you're one judgmental motherfucker. I'll bet you that's what it is. And I'll bet you you're not gonna be okay until you handle that shit. I'll guarantee you on everything I have right now that until you fucking relax about your fucking fellow man, you ain't gonna be okay. Okay? You're not here to govern them or discipline them. That's okay. Fine, let somebody else do that. That's not my job, and that's not IMC Nation. You're here to liberate them by demonstrating your own liberation from the things that trap them. And that's what I told the lecturer today. I said, so what is your problem, let's say, with women when they act a certain way, right? Helping them with social dynamics. She says, for example, she said, sometimes women will admire me, and I could see, like, at that moment, she goes, suddenly they like toughen up inside. And she goes, something happens to them where they're just like, I can't admire her. And she was doing this like really negative thing that made me like upset when she was making fun of people like that, right? And I don't like when people point fingers at people. I think it's very irresponsible. So she's like, they do that. And I said, okay, right there. I said, can you have compassion for a person who's trying to admire somebody, and the moment they begin to admire somebody, they cut their admiration because they feel like there might be less if they admire. She goes, yeah, I could see that. I said, okay, good. Now, ready? Watch this. I said, how do you handle that? This is how you handle that. You demonstrate that same barrier that people feel when they admire. You have to demonstrate you don't have that problem. Because if you demonstrate the same barrier, you're in the same exact fucking situation as them. And the only time they can free up is to see that there's somebody else. I said, your job is to not do exactly what it is they're doing. Like, this is very big. I don't want to lecture too long, but you get it. So it's very inspiring listening to everybody speak. That's why I come as early as I can to hear it, because I learn a lot, I hear a lot. And tonight, it's exciting because I know that we're going to a direction that is going to help a lot of people. You're all going to sound very, very different by the end of the month. If you follow the process, I'm telling you, you need to go into nature. I would say daily, not too long, but spend a little bit of time around trees and outside, just a little bit. Don't overdo it, but make it part of your thing. Like, connect up. You know, first electron, I went to the mall. Then she was like, where do you want to go? I said, I really want to go to this one place that I found. It's like this incredible place. And she was like, come on. I said, I don't want to go if you don't want to go. You know what I mean? Like, it's your date. She goes, no, let's just go. So we go. I have some videos I'll show you later. It's my favorite place, right? And then it was like on top of this mountain. Then when we came back, I said to her, look how you feel. She goes, I feel high. I said, exactly. I said, Hannah felt high when we came. I said, now, remember when we came out of the mall, how you feel? I said, see, there's a big difference. And then we went and we got some really healthy food, some like pomegranate juice, some Persian rice, some good stuff, right? And then we ate. And I said to her, I said, you see, you could spend an hour and a half gaining experiences and sharing experiences that kind of just melt into themselves, like being in nature and eating good stuff and breathing and shit like that. Or I said, you can go an hour and a half into the mall and come back with a bunch of shoes and shirts or whatever and put it aside, and you're going to be drained. And that's the fucking difference. Okay. You have to learn to measure that real value is dynamic. Okay. It's not for me, it's not a diamond ring. Diamond rings are beautiful and valuable. I'm starting to understand. I'm reading about diamonds right now. And I can see why people fall in love with them. Okay. But we're doing the diamond of the soul. You get it? Diamond of the mind. Like we're cutting that perfect diamond mind. When people look at it, it's so clear, it's so perfect. It's got not one imperfection. It's the hardest substance. It's the only substance that can cut itself Here's some things I found out about diamond. It's the hardest substance on earth. I don't know if you know that. It's pretty cool. It's the one thing used to sharpen things better than anything else. It sharpens things better than anything else. Some things I know about it. In its crystal formation, supposedly, it's got the most purest formation chemistry-wise than anything they find on Earth. It's like a little piece of perfection of minerals or whatever, rocks. And get this, this was the one I really like, blew me away. Nothing can cut a diamond except another diamond. You get that? So they have to build an instrument with a diamond at the edge and use that diamond to cut another diamond. Nothing else can cut a diamond. Now that's pretty fucking cool. Damn, like that shit. Okay, good. So a diamond mine, you know, it's like, it's the only thing that can cut the, we use that, we cut it by itself and cuts mines in half. And it's the strongest thing. It's an unbreakable mind. It's like all the lessons are coming together now. All the camps are coming together. And I'm like, okay, so we got it. Now we got to move to a brand new phase. We're about to heal our lives differently. You're about to see it, okay? There's too much tension in everybody. It's in everybody's voice. It's in everybody's walk. It's in everybody's, every fucking thing you do, okay? And it's not necessary. First step, just bring attention to it and show up, and I'll be the example of it. And you'll see how it affects you, how it affects others, how it affects women, how it affects money, how it affects life. And then you see what you can do about it. And the best part is, since you don't have to accumulate anything, right? To get it, you just have to get rid of the stuff you have inside. So anybody can do it. If I told you we have to go on top of the mountain, Mount Shasta, and grab some fucking alien tech and come back or something, and I got it, you don't got it, it's not possible. But if I said to you, the reason this is working is I'm getting rid of things inside of me, so all you got to do is get rid of these things inside of you, then you can do it too, because there's nothing added here, everything's subtracted to get to the purity. And that's what I'm doing tonight. That's what I can't wait to go do. That's how I've been handling. And tomorrow is another chance to deal with all this shit again, okay? And I can't wait. All right, so thanks for the time. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna lock down everybody, all right? Is this it? You wanna end it?
No, that's the end.
Okay, the end. Big Dev. See you guys. See you tomorrow.